At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, welcome to the new Lloydminster Nissan today. We're here at the new Lloydminster Nissan where over the next few days you're going to see some paving going on. And don't forget, the new Lloydminster Nissan has two entrances. You can come in through the front or you can come in through the Denham Chrysler Jeep parking lot as well. And come see us here at the new Lloydminster Nissan this month for big time savings on your new vehicle. Plus, so when you make a purchase here at the new Lloydminster Nissan, drive away in your new vehicle, you get to choose between $500 in gas or $500 in groceries with that purchase. Check us out at the new Lloydminster Nissan, now open on Highway 17 South. Well, we have got Tanisha Jordan and Cynthia Young here today to talk to us about the Interschool Powwow, and that is happening tomorrow, so we're going to get all the details on that. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 22 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call at 780-875-6636 or visit them on their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. I believe it is superior. There'll be another Chase the Ace draw at the Lloydminster Exhibition tomorrow night, and the jackpot is already over $36,000. The deck down to 44 cards. And if you can get a ticket at the Lloyd X, you can just walk in. They're only $10, or you can bundle up and get 3 tickets for $25, 8 tickets for $50, or 20 for $100. You can also go to lloydx.com to purchase tickets, and you can get all the details there on how to e-transfer as well. They'll take e-transfers until noon, the day of the draw. Lee Park Pro Rodeo is this weekend and kicks off Wednesday with a street festival in Marwayne. That's tomorrow already. Rick Hozak, Lloyd Gray told us the rodeo will be on the Cowboy Channel, and again this year you can camp. Now, if you're looking for a campsite that is hookup, you're probably not getting power, but they will never turn anybody away from camping out there, so take your generator. Lee Park, once again, has some fantastic stock and some fantastic matchups ready to fly. Tell us about that stock. I know you're proud of it.
Yeah, we got Calgary Stampede coming again. They don't need any introduction with their bucking horses. And we got Warden Muxa coming for one day with his stock too, and Ward's got some really good horses. And Calgary's going to be out with their stuff Friday and Sunday, and Muxa Pro Rodeo's going to be out with his on Saturday. So there'll be no end of good stock at Lee Park this year.
That's something that draws the Cowboys in too, of course, and draws the audience in as well. Have that stock.
There's no
there.
question the matchups, and we got a site being put up as soon as we can get the rough stock matchup. So we're going to put it on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, so you can see the matchups. And like, people will drive miles. I'll drive miles to see a good matchup. I like it, and other people will too. So it'll be interesting to see how Thursday night we get our draw, and then we'll know who's matched up with what horse, and it's interesting.
This is going to be a busy weekend around the Midwest. This Saturday is Street Fest in downtown Lloydminster. All kinds of fun, including bouncy castles, wagon rides, art market. There's also street performers, which is always fun to see, food vendors, and it all kicks off with a pancake breakfast at the Olive Tree. And there's even a street hockey tournament this year, which sounds like a lot of fun as well. So get breakfast going at 9 a.m., and then the Street Fest gets going at 11. This Saturday is also Lashburn Day. So once again this year, Lashburn Day features a pancake breakfast. There's a grad barbecue, There's a car show, there's a parade, and there's also a beer gardens. And after the parade, the Prairie Dogs will be performing, and then Maxwell Music is going to take you through the beer gardens right up into the evening. So lots of fun happening out in Lashburn on Saturday as well. The new Lloydminster Nissan is offering 2 fully paid scholarships for the 2024-2025 Limitless Athletics cheer season. Go to nissanlloydminster.com and you can get all the details on how to apply. It's open to new and existing students, and applications will close on June the 10th. And as we get closer to Canada Day, don't forget to get your She Shed tickets from the Lloydminster Legion. First place prize is a beautiful new shed. Second prize, gorgeous garden swing. Third prize is a great looking picnic table. Tickets are only $10, and there are only $2,500 tickets printed. You can get those at the Legion from any Lloydminster Legion member. They're also available at Cliff Rose for Clothes or at Coldwell Bankers, and they can set up e-transfer for you as well. Bordertown Hog Chapter, they're going to join us next week to talk about this, but they're holding a couple of steak night fundraisers at the Canadian Brewhouse next weekend. Tickets $30. You can get tickets for Thursday, June 13th or Friday, June 14th, and enjoy a beverage steak dinner with all the trimmings. And you can also get a ticket for any time that day. So you can go Thursday or Friday at any time. They open up at 11 a.m. and you can go right till 1 a.m. And proceeds support the Bordertown Hog Chapter's Toy Run, which is happening again this September. For tickets, go to Adeline Clothes and Accessories. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and they help you get your life back. They're going to take care of your possessions. They're going to take care of your property when it gets damaged by wind, fire, or flood, or mold, or asbestos. They can take care of your belongings and take care of your property, but they take great pride in taking care of your family. BioClean Disaster Services at 1-833-246-8326. That's what they mean when they say we'll help you get your life back. Not only is BioClean Disaster Services the local restoration company, they're also the largest restoration company in Lloydminster. Let's take a break, and when we come back, Cynthia and Tanisha walk us through the Interschool Powwow tomorrow.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden & Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden & Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
Smile.
Welcome back. Wellings of Lloydminster is now offering 1 or 2 bedroom gorgeous villas for those that are 55 and over. This is a unique way of living in Lloydminster. It's taken years to get here. These gorgeous one-level, 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom villas are tax and maintenance free. Everything's included except your utilities. And when you take a look at one of these beautiful villas, you can choose between a high ceiling and a low ceiling, but you're going to love the in-floor heating, the big picture windows, and also the air conditioning, of course. They're pet friendly, so call Darlene and have a walk through one of these beautiful villas, because when you start to get a little bit older and you want to start traveling more, maybe you don't want to spend so much time taking care of your property. Maybe you want to travel more and not have to worry about how much snow is in the driveway when you get home or who is taking care of it. Call Darlene and ask about how easy it is to lease at Wellings of Lloydminster. Once again, that's Wellings of Lloydminster. All right, so let's get into the Interschool Powwow tomorrow. So our guests today are Cynthia Young and Tanisha Jordan, and it's great to have you ladies here with us again. It's
Thank you.
not your first time on the program.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Yeah,
But-
glad to be back.
Yeah, and you came on short notice too, so really,
Yeah.
really appreciate you guys giving us some time. I know you really don't have much going on, so I want to ask this. Okay, if for a regular powwow, just a regular powwow, what's the purpose of a powwow? Like, let's just say
Like
it's
the history of
we're
a
not
powwow?
well, we're not talking about as a school powwow, but just a regular powwow. What would be the reason behind a powwow?
It was time for people to come together and trade and barter and look for potential wives and show off their regalia and how fancy it was, just like cowboys dress up their horses and their bridles and stuff. Our outfits were very catchy, and the better your outfit looked, the more girlfriends you would have.
You tell your students that too?
Oh, yeah.
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 Well, I guess the
It's a
problem.
place to find love, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and would there must have been an entertainment portion of it too, or would you dance because of that? Because
You
you're-
would dance and you would show off your moves just like Michael Jackson. You would just cut the rug and have a good night and fellowship, feast, eat, dance, different categories, so would be a good time.
You look like just like Michael Jackson. You were like, oh, I don't know about that, but
Michael Jackson at the powwow. Moonwalking.
so what would be the biggest difference between a school powwow and a regular powwow?
Well, powwows have changed since then, right? So now they're more like competition too. Like people compete for like prizes, big money, and they come from all over. And this school powwow is a little bit, I would say, low key compared to that. It's just one day and it's like not over a weekend. So I guess there's quite a few differences.
Yeah. So ours runs in the morning. We start with the grand entry at 10 o'clock, and then all of Lloydminster's royalty will be there, hauling in our flags and our eagle staffs. And our dancers will be there, and we'll march in, and we'll start the day that way. And then categories will be done, and each student gets an honorarium for coming out and sporting and
And a meal ticket.
a meal ticket. We've got some great friends of the powwow that gave us some food to hand out for them and stuff like that. So it's going to be an interesting time, and it's fast. We're done by about 2:30, so it's a quick event.
School day. Last year, this is the third annual.
Yes.
Last year when you held the Interschool Powwow, I felt like I was the only person in Lloyd that didn't go. Like it was all over social media, and I was sitting there going, how did I not know about this?
Yeah.
Like, is it open to only the schools, or is it open to the public? Because a lot of people that I saw were like parents and stuff. But
Right. So we kind of give like first rights of refusals to the schools in surrounding areas. So we invite schools like Lashburn, Wainwright, obviously the LPSD and LCSD school divisions, but we are also open to the public, and I can't remember how many seats in the Civic Center.
The Civic Center has 1,145
Arena
seats,
chairs, yeah.
and then we have the chairs on the arena
seating,
floor.
yeah.
So we encourage everybody who wants to come and learn and have the experience to come, and you just have to sit on the arena floor. The benches are taken for the schools, and yeah, it's always a great time, that's for sure.
How did you guys get started with the Interschool Powwow? What was it that made you say, we
I
could
didn't start it.
we could do this?
So we started the Heart of Treaty 6 about, 10, 12 years ago. And it was just a bunch of businesses that wanted to start the process of reconciliation in our area. And one of the ideas was to have a school powwow. So 3 years ago, pandemic, we started the powwow, and the first one we had was at Lakeline College. We all smudged and did the rain dance and made sure the weather was going to be good. And we hosted out there in the hot. It was one of the hottest, most beautiful days, so it was really nice. And then last year we were in the Civic Center. That way the weather doesn't affect us. That way we can get 1,100 kids in and 500 on the floor. So, and everybody's welcome to come. Everybody's welcome to come and take pictures and learn. We have an elders table, an elders area. We have the two groups from LPSD and LCSD, the Dreamcatchers and Little Fires, and they're assigned to busing. They're assigned to taking care of elders, and they're assigned to helping the teachers. If the teachers need their students to go to the bathroom or whatever, then those students help those teachers to make it easier on them.
What age groups come?
It's like infancy to elder. Like
Yeah, we have tiny tot right to senior. And we're hoping for a good turnout this year. We've already got about 25 dancers registered. Some of our dancers haven't registered but are still coming, so we take on the floor registration. They can register the day of. So if you're wanting to come out and dance, you come tomorrow and we'll have it.
So not every kid gets a meal. It's only if you dance, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So they do get the dancers, drummers, and volunteers will get a meal voucher ticket, and
the elders are fed.
And the elders are fed.
Yeah.
So all the kids, the grade school kids that come, will have to bring their own lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
But friends of the sponsor, they're going to open the concession. And last year, oh man, those poutines look good. This year, I'm gonna crack open my wall and I'm gonna have a poutine this year. So, but yeah, so they have all their menu there. They sell burgers, chicken nuggets. They have everything. So exactly, if you were going to a hockey game, that's what they hold for us. So that's really, we appreciate that for them.
So you put out a personal invitation to the schools to come? Is that how it works?
Yep. Lots of emails.
Yeah.
Just
I bet.
emailing all the divisions around in this area that are just kind of a bus ride away. So
who puts it on? You mentioned Heart of Treaty 6, but are the schools involved as well?
Well, I guess the Interschool Powwow is a education circle initiative, which is, what would you call that?
A portion of the Hot 6 circle. So it's the education department that takes on that powwow. We take on a few things during the year, and one of them is the powwow.
So it would be the Lloydminster Catholic School Division.
So it's everybody.
Am I right in that or no?
Kind of. So I'm the chair of the education circle for Heart of Treaty 6, and so my responsibility is to kind of hold meetings quarterly, I would say. We get together and talk about ideas and some initiatives that we want to see within the community. We have LCSD, LPSD, we have Métis Local 18, Prairie North Health Region. We have a pretty active circle with a lot of community partners that help out.
Lakeland College?
Lakeland College, yep. Lakeland College.
Yeah.
I can't name them all because there's a lot. There's 20. There's
we
20
have many friends.
Yeah, lots of friends for the education circle. Yeah.
Yes.
Where do you start with something like this?
Well, first we have to find a venue, and we have to find a venue that can accommodate all the people we have. And that was the big thing when we first started. We thought if it rained the day the first powwow, we only had 600 and some seats at the Lakeland College gym. So we needed to look for a bigger space, and with the round dance we had over 400 people there. And so we'll be looking for another big space for that event again. So they're all well taken. They're all well absorbed in our community. Everybody's so nice to come out and support us, and just learning, all that learning that's going on. That's what I'm really appreciative of. So you have to find a venue. You have to find people to do the hot dogs, cook the hot dogs. We have grab bags, garb bags. So yeah, we have all kinds of people helping us, assisting us in all kinds of capacities that are related to this powwow.
Are you saying that there were so many people you need to find a bigger venue?
You know,
for the round
I
dance.
think
For the round dance.
For the round dance,
Yeah.
yes. I think we're going to approach the exhibition, and we need a bigger venue. I was sitting on the floor at the round dance. I actually thought I was having a heart attack. I got really scared, and I was shaking. And then I realized it was the floor, and everybody was dancing. So yeah, it shook the floor at the casino. So we need a bigger spot.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
I was really glad I wasn't dying, that's for sure.
So tell us about, like, you mentioned the dancers. What age, like for this powwow, you mentioned that it's kind of competitions now for
Oh, yeah,
when you
so-
have your regular, when you'd have I shouldn't say a regular powwow because they're never the same, right? But is it a dance competition sort of thing?
No, this
between-
one isn't competition powwow. This one's more participation powwow. So everyone's going to be compensated for coming out, registering, and dancing in their categories. How many categories do we have?
I think we have 6 categories.
6 categories.
Yes.
And then they're
Like
divided
that would
by
be age group?
And then it's divided by age group.
okay.
So then
Yeah.
we have like our tiny tots, girls, boys, teen, women,
Teen, yeah.
men,
Elder.
and elder. Yeah. Golden age they call it.
Yeah.
So what are those 6 what are the 6?
So like fancy, jingle, chicken, grass,
Traditional.
traditional. So like all the dancing categories would come, and then we've divvied it up.
Right.
Yeah.
How much is that, like, what you're doing, Cynthia, how much is that still taught? Like, are you seeing as, like, more dancers today than
Yes.
you would have seen 10 to 15 years ago?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have a little boy, every time he sees me in his school, he comes and pulls on me and he says, "Don't forget I'm a chicken dancer. Don't forget I'm a chicken dancer." He's grade 1. And it's upsetting to me because he can't make this one because he's busy. But yeah, but you know, we've got, I think, 15 across our school division, and that's just our school division, LCSD. And kids are wanting to learn. Kids are wanting to learn their culture. They're wanting to learn what it's all about, and it's fun to dance. It's fun to get dressed up and showcase yourself and put yourself into your regalia. And like, we didn't realize how much regalia was until my granddaughter and Tanisha's daughter started wanting to dance. And she said, "I want to be a jingle dress dancer." And we were like, okay. So she started her little lemonade stands to pay for all her regalia. It's quite expensive and very flashy, very beautiful. And the more beautiful your outfits are, the more well, I guess, you do. So she's busy with that. But yeah, so we're looking at finding kids' regalia. So we're looking at different stores to go and swap stuff out and help our students to be able to express themselves through their dance and
Access that stuff.
yes, and access stuff because it's very expensive. So
where would you start with something like that? Like, how do you start teaching kids? Like, you have a grade 1 student that wants to be a chicken dancer. Where does he start? Like, does that start at home?
If they don't have like the connection in their home life, so like for my daughter, for example, like I don't dance powwow, but when she said that she wanted to, I knew that I had to let her. And so the thing is we bring them along with us everywhere. So anytime there's opportunity to dance, you find a jingle dress dancer and you're like, this is who you're going to learn beside. And I also gave protocol to that dancer too. I gave her tobacco and I said, "Could you please teach my daughter how to jingle dress dance?" And now that jingle dress dancer has taken her under her wing and has shown her like her footwork, what she should be doing with her hands. I've also heard in Onion Lake that same dancer was initiated. So during powwow, you can be initiated, and I'm not sure how that works, and I can't talk any more on that because I'm not an expert.
Right.
Different ways about it, but there's not There's not like a dance school that you can go to and learn.
Yeah.
We have the older kids that'll mentor the younger
Yeah.
kids.
That's what happens.
And that's,
Okay.
yeah, and so like our dance troupe that we use for our different events, they so are excited when we bring another little student or a little dancer and they're like, come with us. And even at, when we are starting the grand entry and they'll bring them and they'll say, bring them here, I'll take care of them. Like, you know, they're very welcoming and very wanting to pass that knowledge on. And it's a really good thing to see, and it's really nice that we have a dance troupe like that. Like, we have about 6 or 8 dancers that we call on every time we need some, and they're always good that way with our students and stuff. And they're past graduates too, so of course they take on our students right away and they teach them. So
if there was like how come there isn't dance schools sort of that teach jingle dance and things like that? Would it be disrespectful?
I've heard of I know this is live, but I know there's like this one place somewhere in town that they had like a workshop. I'm fairly certain, and they had a powwow dancer there once a week, and then you were able to sign up like your kids for that. But I think it was only one category.
yeah,
It's hard because
there's 6 or 8 different dances.
there's lots, and then having enough interest in that too. But
Well, when you go to enough, when you see enough of, like you say, the chicken dancers, you recognize what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like when you see one and then you see a little guy right beside him, you'll notice they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of times when you're participating in those powwows and stuff like that, the little kids they'll want to dance too. They hear that drum, they see everybody dancing, and they start, like my grandson, he'll just jump in, and then he said, I'm going to be a chicken dancer, and he started moving like the chicken dancers. And so Tenley was in there with the jingle dress dancers, and so that's kind of how it starts, and then they're interested, and they like it, and they like that atmosphere of the powwows and stuff like that, you know. So it catches them, and then they dance and they compete. They win a little bit of money for their regalia. They exchange regalia. I had a student who gave one of my younger students her old regalia to start dancing with. So, you know, all that kind of, what would you say?
Custom?
Yeah, like,
Traditions?
and traditions and taking care of one another, and that, that embracing that, if you
That's
want to
also
do that,
like-
I'm going to help you, you know?
it's an expression of dance too, because nobody's ever going to be like, that's not how a chicken dancer
Yeah.
dances, right? Like, everyone kind of has their own style and take on it. Some people have a lot of really fancy footwork, and some people just like to go with the beat of the drum too. So it's
You have that gentleman that's from Loon Lake area, and he backflips.
oh
That's
yeah,
a real
Yeah.
eye-catching thing to watch and stuff like that. So, you know, he incorporated that into his own dance and took him to the South for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're not a dancer, how do you participate with the powwow?
Well, first and foremost, come with I would say like an open mind. You know, always to be respectful too. Like it's powwow's also a ceremony too, right? I don't know how.
It's a way of expressing ourselves.
Yeah, it's our time to be us, right? So be respectful. Obviously, there's no drugs, alcohol, or any sort of intoxication allowed at these events. If you have a ribbon skirt, you know, come wearing one. If you have a ribbon shirt, wear one.
Wear one.
And then, what is some other powwow etiquette?
Just come and participate and learn all you can and
Listen
be a
to the
part of
arena
it.
directors.
Listen to the arena directors.
They'll
They'll guide you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it's always, like I said, it's always a lot of fun. We always take in every powwow we can go to too. So it's always nice that way.
Cynthia, when did you start with full-time
Full time
teaching?
teaching. 22 years ago. I'm on my 23rd year next year.
How much has changed?
Lots has changed. All kinds of things have changed. When I first started, I always say this was on the walls. There was pictures of Native people on the walls. And now we cook moose meat and bannock for lunch for our students. Like, it's amazing. It's a big change. Wonderful change. We're growing by leaps and bounds. We have our center in our school. I know LPSD has their center. I think it's done now. So, you know, we're so lucky to have that place for our kids to go and be themselves and hang out and feel comfortable. That's a big thing for them, to be comfortable with themselves and know what it means to be Indigenous and how they hold themselves and how much confidence they have, self-esteem, you know. I see that change too.
How much has Treaty 6 reconciliation had to do with that?
Oh, a lot. We wouldn't have been able to do a lot of these things. We need all our friends of Lloydminster that have that same mentality of that reconciliation, turning it into that reconciliation. And Heart of
I've
Treaty 6.
never heard that before.
Really? You never
I've never
heard us
heard
say
that
that?
before.
We
I've
say
never
that all
heard
the
that
time.
before.
Reconciliation. We're done with reconciliation. We're doing the actions now.
I've never heard that before. That's
There
brand
you
new.
go. That's our word. The Youngs.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Either.
No worries.
But
yeah, so that's the thing. We're right into it, and everybody's all supportive of it. There's not something that we can't get. If we needed it, we'd know who to phone, and they'd be right there for us, and that's very appreciative too. Like, we wouldn't be able to do half the things we do without all the businesses and the community being behind us.
So when you were growing up, Tanisha, did you ever imagine you'd be doing what you're doing now with Lakeland College and with the Heart of Treaty 6?
No. Growing up in Lloydminster was a little bit different for me compared to how my daughter's growing up. And I keep saying my daughter because she's the oldest one, and so she's going through all the trial and error for us. But I remember, I'm not going to say which school I went to, but I went to a school and there was only a couple of us, that maybe 4 of us in each classroom, and I don't know, there wasn't a lot that, it wasn't very culturally responsive. There wasn't really anything that we were learning. There was like an odd thing here and there, but that was only after my mom started working in the school division. And it's very different for Tenley. Tenley is very proud to wear her ribbon skirt to school for no reason. Tenley is very proud to always powwow. Tenley's very proud to always go to sweat and ceremony. Like she'll cry for that. She'll be like, "How come we're not going to sweat this Sunday?" And so, but as a kid, like we didn't have all these endless opportunities like Tenley does now. Like it is a very different upbringing.
We're taking our high school students to sweats now. My first dream was to teach Cree from pre-K to grade 12. That one came true. I taught the little pre-Ks how to count from 1 to 10 in Cree. And then now this one, I want them to QR code the sweat, so when it happens, they just sign up on that. That's my next dream, so.
That's pretty odd. I think that says it all right there, of how you grew up and Cynthia, you had a lot to do with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody supports me. I need a bus. I get a bus. I took the bus to the sweat. Parked the bus at the sweat. We all went to sweat. We got on the bus and come back to school. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So powwow tomorrow officially gets started with the pipe ceremony.
Yeah.
But then the grand entry is at
10
o'clock.
Yeah, pipe ceremony, 8 a.m. Everyone's welcome to that, unless you're like on your moon time, or maybe if you do come and you do want to participate and you're nervous, approach one of us and maybe just kind of ask for pipe ceremony etiquette as well.
Sure.
And we could go over that too before you get started.
You're also welcome to bring stem out, tobacco, and print for your prayers.
Yeah.
Because our cloths will be then hung in the tree so that the wind can carry our prayers to our ancestors. So when they hear our prayer, they'll pray for us too.
Can you expand on that a little bit? Like, what do you mean?
Maybe we should do
print
pipe ceremony etiquette first and then talk about print.
So when we have our pipe ceremony, that's when we bring in our print, our broadcloth, and depending on what we're asking for will depend on what color print we bring in. And then we bring the tobacco to give thanks for the lodge keeper to pray for us.
Yep.
And then he takes those prints and he hangs them in the tree wherever his lodge is or wherever he's situated, and he ties them to the tree so when the wind takes our prayers, when our ancestors hear us, they stop and pray for us too.
What am I forgetting? Am I forgetting to ask anything?
I don't think so. I always bring tobacco and print to any
Everywhere
ceremony.
we go.
We have it in our car.
Yeah, none of us smoke and we have tobacco.
And we have a lot of tobacco everywhere.
Yeah, that's your library card. That's what's going to get you all of the knowledge you want to know or need.
That's where, well, I learned that from doing the blanket ceremonies with you.
Yeah.
Do you have any blanket ceremonies coming up or anything?
Tomorrow? Today?
No. When am I doing the next one?
It's today.
No, this is dance today. We're dancing today with the drums.
Next week.
I'm not even sure when I'm having the next one.
There's
I gotta
one
check.
coming up.
There is one coming up. We'll let you know.
Thank you both. Really
Awesome.
appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
And once again, the Interschool Powwow is tomorrow. And we'll be back with you tomorrow. And we're going to be talking to Tasha Hildeman. She has written a book called Métis Like Me for school
that'll
children.
be a good one.
And we're going to be talking to Tasha tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.